a band right there from Las Vegas, and we'd love to bring you with us to that band's hometown. In fact, if you remember last year, Allie, I believe when we did our show from the Palms, the first call we received was from Brandon Flowers of The Killers to welcome us to Vegas and tell us what things we could do if we really wanted to experience that weekend like the locals. So we would love you to join us as we are back again. Whole new crop of people, although every single person who won that trip last time has attempted to reach out to us and say, how can I get back in? Am I eligible? And the answer is, everyone's eligible. You just got to win your way in.
It's very telling as to how much fun we had in Vegas because all the people that were there with us the first time
want to go back.
Want more.
So hopefully that's you. And right now, because part of the itinerary that we can discuss on the air involves pool parties.
A daytime pool party and a nighttime pool party.
So we decided let's find someone that's terrified of the water or can't swim at all. Chris, welcome to KROQ. We'll go up and down these phone lines, and then we'll find someone that we think is worthy of a trip to Vegas. And if you have almost drowned or don't know how to swim, it's your chance to shine. What's up, Chris?
Hey, so I was partying in Vegas. I was pretty drunk. I decided that it would be funny to jump in the Bellagio fountain.
I
didn't realize how deep they are. Mm-hmm. They are really deep to the point where I got stuck and I started drowning, and my buddy who was a lifeguard for the city of Inglewood out here was partying with me. He actually had to jump in and drag me out, pull me to the side, try to catch my breath, and take off running before security could come get me. But yeah, it was pretty scary.
What's the punishment for jumping in the Bellagio fountains?
I don't know. They didn't catch me, so I have no idea.
Good for you.
I would imagine they just arrest you, right?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, you had to be rescued.
Yeah,
There's nothing cooler than like when you think, I'm going to jump in these fountains. And everyone's like, yeah, do it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I need to be rescued now.
Yeah, but you always owe this person from now on, the person who jumped into the Bellagio fountain to save your ass.
Let's say hi to Oliver. Welcome to KROQ this morning. Oliver, what happened to you?
Yo, so me and my buddies went to a bonfire back in high school, and what'd you call it? We decided to go to the ocean just to fuck around at night.
Oh.
Well, you can't say those words.
Can't say the F word.
Don't say that word.
Oh, man.
It's okay. Start your story again, but try not to say the F word. That's the one that they don't like.
So me and my buddies went to a bonfire at night in high school, and we were messing around and decided to go to the ocean just to see, play chicken. Next thing you know it, we're, really deep into the water, and one of my friends starts freaking out because he lost his footing. And he's like, dude, help, I can't swim. And the other two of us try to go swimming after him. And turns out none of us can swim either.
As it turns out, how did you not know that already?
It's a terrible way to learn that none of you can swim, is when you all go into the ocean together.
Wait a minute, we're all drunk and no one can swim.
All right, that's interesting. Let's say hi to Tina. Tina, welcome to KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning.
You almost drowned?
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I'm one-armed Gary's girlfriend, and we got stranded plenty of times out on the boat. But this one time, we shouldn't have been out there. We were the only ones out there in an inflatable boat. And halfway back from the bait barge, the engine dies. And then it starts leaking. And I had called my friends to have the sheriffs come. Right when the sheriffs get there to get us, Gary had his hand over the plug.
Which hand?
Oh my God! Are you sure this isn't Gary? Through a voice changer?
This is one of Gary's girlfriend.
It is funny that out of the two of them, she's the one calling with an "I almost drowned" story.
Right.
The one with two arms.
Yeah. And also funny that the guy with only has one hand has to use that one hand to block the hole. She's got two hands. It seems like you assigned the roles wrong. But go ahead, Tina. Finish your story.
And then right when the sheriffs get there, the boat kind of sinks and is going to sink, and we get on the sheriff's boat.
What's funny is that Gary, one-armed Gary, gave us that great song yesterday where he was singing Back to the Palms in Vegas. He was so excited about the opportunity to go back to the Palms. He's going to do anything he can to try to win this trip. And his song was good, but Omar's made it better, Allie. I don't know if you heard this.
Back to the Palms in Vegas.
That's like what goes on in my head during the whole time.
It's just slightly off the whole time, which I love.
As it should be. Hey, Emil, what happened to you?
On the first date meeting my wife, I was flirting with her, and then I pushed her into the pool, and I didn't know she couldn't swim, so I had to jump in and save her.
Oh, man. That's always
such a funny flirt move.
Right. They'll push you all in the
Classic.
pool. If I know anything about women, they love getting unexpectedly drenched.
I know, but
Right?
then they like to do the don't even think about it.
But it is funny when you're dealing with someone that you go, oh, they'll swim to the side, it'll be a good laugh, and then they realize, oh, my
She
God,
just never comes up.
I can't swim. And then all of a sudden, it's like attempted murder. Well, they're like bad boys.
Yeah,
Christina,
but at least it worked out. They got
Christina,
married.
what happened to you?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi. So I was little. We were all having a good time at the river. And then my cousin's uncle was putting a floaty on me because I don't know how to swim. And then he's like, all right, you're good to go. And then he just pushed me into the river, and I almost drowned. And I never learned how to swim after that.
So how did you get out? Did someone have to jump in and save you, or did you figure it out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he noticed that I wasn't able to swim, and he quickly went in and pulled me out.
The reason we are talking to all these people on the phones right now that have almost drowned or don't know how to swim is because a lot of our Vegas trip this time is going to be pool-centric. Pool parties day, pool parties concert night, and we think it's great for people to have to face their fears of the water.
But I think they took away the deep end in every pool in Vegas because of this reason.
Yes, they don't think any pools go deeper than 3 feet in Vegas as a result of
and
all
the
of these
vomit
stories.
was really hard to clean up in the deep end.
Right, so
Yeah.
Hey,
They don't want to dive for that.
Marie?
Murray. It's Murray.
I'm not going to Vegas with this one. Let's just skip on that.
Let's put you into the pool.
Yeah, she can't swim great. Get rid of Murray. All right, hold on. We'll go over these stories, get through 800-520-1067. Here another batch. Give away this first trip to Vegas. And we'll get you in every hour this morning and all week right here on KROQ.
Klein, Alley, Show.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ. K-Rock.
Number one down, back in Vegas. Love you to join us. We leave a week from Friday. We'll be there for a couple of unforgettable nights, palms and pool parties, etc. Lots of stuff we'll get into on the air and a bunch of stuff we can only talk about there. So we would love you to join us. Give you a great weekend. Later this morning, by the way, we think it's interesting because we're going to be there Mother's Day weekend. So later this morning, and that's coming up next hour, we'll be looking for you if you want to get pregnant in Vegas. If you are looking to become a mother, we think we should make a Vegas baby. And if that does fit you or the relationship you're in, or maybe you're just single and saying now's the time, could be your chance.
Man, I really wish I had a cool birth, like your baby was made story like that. My story is always going to be, I was in a doctor's office.
Yep. But you know
But
what?
if you could say I was in Vegas in this hotel room because this radio show invited me and that's how you were made, it's a great story.
Let's say hi to Rick. We'll take a final batch of these. Almost drowned or don't know how to swim as an adult because we think you deserve a pool party. And let's say hi to Rick. What happened to you?
Hey, so I was at Huntington Beach. We wanted to swim to the buoy. Some of my friends. So we started swimming to the buoy. I get about halfway there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm tired. So I start going back, and I get hit with this wave. And it just takes me down, spins me around, flips me over. I start going a certain way, so I think I'm floating up, and I end up hitting the sand.
Oh,
You know, it's
dude.
you know,
that's
it's-
what happened to Vanessa.
Yeah, well, Vanessa, you lost all your teeth because whatever.
I didn't lose my teeth. They got hurt.
Well, they got killed.
And then over the years, I was like, okay, I got to...
But your teeth are dead because
They died.
a wave knocked you into a rock.
They got hurt.
Right.
And then
they-
they slowly died.
yeah,
And
but
then they slowly were like, girl, you got to get me out.
but Vanessa, because a wave took control of your little body and
Yeah,
threw
that's
you
true.
into a rock or something, right?
The wave brought me up, and then once it was coming down, I hit my face on the sand.
Oh, man.
And she's never been in the ocean since, right, Vanessa?
Yeah, in California, but in Florida I have, but not here. I will never.
You will never go in the Pacific Ocean
No,
again.
it's been like 12 years, I'm afraid.
Wow, look at that. Tony, what happened to you?
Mine's a very similar story. I was at the beach with my family, and my dad was on a boogie board, and I kept getting pounded by waves, and every time I tried to come up for air, he would be floating on top of me with the boogie board, so I couldn't come up.
Aw.
Boogie boarders are the worst, right?
I love boogie boarding.
Yeah, it looks fun from a distance. Then
It
you go
is
out,
fun from
then
a
you go out there and
distance,
try
and
to
up
do
close.
it, and all the kids make fun of you. Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't. You don't know how to do it.
We'll take two more of these out. Then we got to pick someone that's going to be joining us in Vegas. We've heard quite a few stories of survival, but only one can make the trip back to Vegas to face their fears of water up close and personal at multiple pool parties. Hey, Omar, what happened to you?
Hey, Sweet Divots, guys.
Sweet Divots.
So I saved money to do something for my wife for anniversary. So we went to Hawaii. We went to this cove where there's a lot of wildlife, and so we have those snorkeling things that you go and dive around. And then I saw an eel. An eel was chasing us, and then I wanted to go down just to see what it is. I didn't know the snorkels that were so short. So
I've done that move before.
How do you not know?
Yeah, you get fooled into believing you can breathe like Aquaman.
Cut longer as you dive down.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you took a mouthful of water.
yeah, they start freaking out, and then luckily there was an older couple right there who basically saw what was happening. They put me in my bag and they put me back into the boat. And I was like, oh my.
So the old people saved you? The old Hawaii snorkelers?
Luckily they were there. If there were nobody was there, probably I would die.
By the way, I think that was the last time I ever snorkeled. I did the same move he did. I was looking under the water. I was like,
Aren't you really close to the surface?
yes.
Can you just put your head up? What the hell's going on
I mean,
here?
by the time you realize it, you really just have to go.
but
boop,
but Omar,
I think if you do nothing, you just float back up.
when you feel like you think you can breathe underwater, you forget that you're really so close to the top. So you go, I'm going to go lower, and then you get a mouthful of water.
When that drowning sensation sets in,
I
you
know.
think, okay, I need to go to the top.
It's freaky, man. I thought I was dying. You feel horrible because you got water inside your nose, your lungs, and almost.
I can imagine how drowning works, dude.
All right.
It's like those people who are on a trail and then they get lost and they're like 4 feet from their parking lot and they just die.
Frankie, we give you the final word here. We have to make a decision. There's a lot of people drunk, fell into the water, fell asleep on the beach, got dragged out by a wave. I mean, we could go on this all day. A lot of people apparently almost died because of the water. Frankie, go ahead. You get the last word.
What it do? It's Frankie the Boy.
What's up, Frankie?
Play that drop. So one time I was chilling at the community pool at college, and I was trying to impress a babe with my friend who's a lifeguard and teaches kids how to swim. And I went for a sick spike, and I got a cramp in my leg, and I couldn't really swim anymore.
How deep was the pool?
4.5. Good 4.5.
Good 4.5.
So you
One
almost
Vanessa.
drowned in a 4-foot pool is what you're saying?
Man, if you got the cramp in your leg, you would have drowned too. Trust me. You probably wouldn't be on the air right now.
I think with the other foot, you can just put it down on the bottom and then stand.
My focus was on the pain. I couldn't move. I was just paralyzed in pain. It was just
the issue is no one's going to save a grown-ass man in a 4-foot pool because they just assume.
They don't want to look like an idiot.
Yeah, they want to assume he's
Stand the
probably
F up,
doing
man.
something right.
Yeah, or they're like nature's taking him and it should.
Jeez. Go over these now internally.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ 106.7 KROQ.
Man, people are all over the place here. Text line is voted. A lot of people saying we got to give this trip to One-Armed Gary one way or another. So we got to go with Tina because they're in a boat that almost drowned. Someone says on the boat that he's going to lose to Allie in the game of pool. Meanwhile,
that's an inflatable boat that Tina was talking about.
Yeah.
He's giving me an actual
a real boat. There's a lot of people saying snorkel guy. Got to give it to snorkel guy. But I do think any Vegas trip does need the person that potentially gets drunk and jumps into the fountains.
I think person who gets drunk and goes into a fountain is a very specific type of Vegas plus one.
And
I
almost
think you're
drowns in fountain, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole different story. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
How would you like to join
Wanna play
us
another swim?
in Las Vegas?
Let's do it. I'll go in that fountain again.
All right,
Nice.
hold on 1 second. I like
We're not going to save your ass this time.
Yeah, you're on your own. That's Chris. Congratulations. You just got yourself a spot. Klein Alley Show, double down to Palms, Vegas. And you're as good as in. Hotels and pool parties, access, concerts, the whole thing. And thank you again, courtesy Yamava Resort and Casino, your California to Vegas connection, for helping us bring as many listeners as possible on this trip. We will be right back. You'll have another chance. 2 more chances today Do the math, Allie. I'm not good at math, but if you add up all the chances you'll have this week, it's got to be 1,000, right?
No, it's 15.
Well, whatever. It's a lot of chances. That's what I'm getting at. So you'll have more chances to win. We will take ourselves a super quick break. We'll be back in a moment with more show. Thanks for eavesdropping in on our radio show, you perverts.
Yeah. When you're not being reported by your neighbors, you can check out the podcast or the live show on KROQ or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right, which apparently is a lot of places. Find Klein Alley's show and listen to this show in its entirety. Plus, if you download and subscribe, we will save a puppy from being executed.
Oh my God, there's puppies being executed?
Oh, there goes another one.
Oh, those are high stakes.